Welcome to Nuts and Knuckleheads Automotive Adventures. Well, on Nuts and Knuckleheads, as you know, we do things with motors. And this time, we're talking about a 1998 SeaRay Seville with a 4.3 litre Mercruiser, one of the older ones. So let's see what we've got. First things first, we've got to take this starter motor off because it's playing up and it's got to get rebuilt. Let's see where we are. So this is the motor, standard 4.3 V6 Alpha 1, definitely one of the older ones. The starter motor is, of course, right the way under there, that circular thing, which of course is incredibly difficult to get to, which is why I'm going to have to reach down under it. This, of course, is the old starter. As you can see, it's horrible. So this is the part of the video where Lee tries to get a camera angle while simultaneously wrenching away at bolts underneath the motor that are impossible to get to. Not the greatest use of video, but hey, we'll try our best and see what happens. Working like this takes so long, partly because you're swapping tools all the time, like here. I'm taking this socket out and I'm having to try and use a standard crescent wrench just to get in there and see if I can access this bolt. Alright, it's been actually a week or so since the last segment in this boat video. Took the old starter motor in to try and get it rebuilt. They told me it was absolutely dead, so there's no way we could do it. So I had to buy a new one. It's about 150 bucks. And of course, anybody that's done one of these before knows that taking one of these out and putting them in is one of the worst jobs you can do because there's no room, especially not on a Mercruiser and a SeaRay. So I'll show you what I mean, and we're on the last stages of it now. I was going to film the struggle, but this is after about an hour. That would be the new starter motor. And these bolts at the bottom, the two that you can see sticking out the flat section right at the bottom, are almost impossible to get in because you've got to support that something like 5 pound weight, if not more, with one hand while you're actually putting the bolts in with the other. And of course, nothing goes easy. So I'm just at the last stage of tightening these two up, and then it's a case of connecting all those wires back to that actuator, and that should be it done. So we'll see what happens. So right now I'm going to give a shout out to Harbor Freight, who are an American company who sell cheap tools. This particular automatic wrench is the long-necked version, and I've been using this on so many projects, and it's brilliant for getting inaccessible places like this. Now to put a little bit of torque on them with my patented calibrated torque arm. Turns out that connector should be on that bolt, which caused a lot of weirdness later. Alright, that's the two bolts holding the starter motor in place, mounted and torqued a little bit, so that should be fine. Now it's time to reconnect all the electrics. And so, after the third or fourth session on this thing, well, we've had a new starter motor. I've just put a new starter solenoid on it. Had some very weird stuff going on earlier on with the engine. Wouldn't even click or start or anything like that. And now this. It's alive! I was actually really concerned about the temperature right here, because over the winter I'd just taken the freeze plugs out and didn't really have a good time to do a proper winterize. I was really hoping that everything was okay, but it seems like it is. It's spot on at 145, with exactly where it should be. I checked the oil, there's no water in it. Everything looks 5x5, looking good. So it just goes to show, after an awful lot of hard work and very weird tool usage, you can figure stuff out. All you have to do is a basic tool set and the will to scour YouTube for hours and hours on end to try and get the right answers. Yet another success story from Nuts and Knuckleheads. Bye.